What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the October bonus love reading for my Cancerians out there. If you're new to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. Don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. You can come join me for a free live tarot reading when I go live. You can also book a personal private reading as well. All that information is down there. So Cancerians, my Cancerians, hope you guys are enjoying your Libra season so far. We're going to take a look at your overall energy, and then we will jump into your core energy here. All right, so we're just going to jump right in and see what comes out. All right, the first thing that came out is the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is all about your purpose in life. Receiving inspiration, following your purpose, knowing what your purpose and your calling is, being connected to the divine. All right, let's take a look at the next energy. We're going to see how all this ties together. Yeah, the next card is co-create. Okay, and this was the first one. All right. So essentially, the message so far has to do with you partnering with Source, Spirit, God, the universe, whatever you believe in co-creating your future. Now, since this is a love reading, this could have to do with co-creating a relationship or manifesting in a relationship, whether you're single or dating. If you're dating, you're in a relationship, you're married, then this would basically be tapping into or tuning into spirit to understand how you and your relationship with your partner have something more important than the relationship itself. In other words, the reason that you're together is not just to be in a casual relationship. It's not just to live the white picket fence life. You actually have a spiritual purpose that goes beyond the relationship. In other words, you and your partner came together and you're meant to do something together to contribute to the collective, to contribute to the world, whatever that thing is. If you're single, then this is about you. It's the same thing applies. It's about you co-creating or manifesting spirit with spirit to bring in a partner where you and your partner can go out into the world and you can contribute to something greater than yourselves, because you have a call on your life here. All right, releasing the old, energetic tune-up and new beginnings. So this cleansing card just came out for you. So before the new can come in, you have to release the old. And I'm not great at astrology yet, but I do have a couple of apps on my phone that send notifications about astrology, and I do believe we have some type of, I think it's like Pluto has been retrograding for a while now, if I remember correctly. And it has been for quite a long time. But then it's going to go direct, I think. I might be saying this backwards for those of you that know. But essentially, it has to do with recognizing old patterns and releasing old things. And then it's going to move into, I think in 2024, for the next 20-something years, I think it's moving into Aquarius, or we're moving into Aquarius. And that's all about new beginnings. So it makes sense, regardless of my terrible knowledge of, my terrible memory as well with astrology. This has to do with making room. So again, if you're single, then obviously we have to release something in order for something new to take a space. If I want to hold a new deck of cards, I have to put this deck of cards down and make space, right? That's how energetic laws work. We can't hold on to one thing and receive something. There's no space for it. So let's take a look and see what else is coming up for you in the overall energy. Okay, some of you guys may be having some health problems, or somebody you know may be having some health problems. I know for me, and this is, the card says bad health. It's like very dramatic looking. Your health may not be that bad. I don't know. It may not be. I know for me, I got sick at the end of the second week of September. It's like right after my birthday, and I was sick for like a week, and then that wore off for a week, and then it's like it came back and hit me for round 2, and I'm literally just now getting over it. So I got hit with the first wave, I got a little bit better, and then like a second wave came and hit me for almost 2 weeks. So I'm just now starting to feel like I'm getting back to where I was. In fact, for like the earth sign readings that I did, I was having to edit out all my coughs and my hacks and all this stuff. I had to like go in and cut out the audio because I was sneezing and coughing in the mic, and obviously didn't want them to hear that. So I had to edit it out. So I'm not doing that. So we're a little bit better. So anyways, some of you guys, you could have anything from the basic cold, the flu, whatever's going around this time of year. For some of you, it could be something more dramatic, more drastic than that, in terms of bad health. And bad health could be anything: mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And again, it could be somebody else. So just keep that in mind. The next card we have out is Journey. Some of you guys could be traveling, or you may live at a distance from this person. If you're single and you're meeting somebody, this person may live at a distance. The Journey card indicates a few different things. It can indicate distance and travel in a literal sense, but it can also be metaphorical, like you are about to embark on a spiritual journey or the next leg of a new spiritual journey, right? You're about to take part in some type of journey, basically here. Now, if this is tied directly to love, then yes, I'm probably going to say that it has more to do with distance. But it can, because we had that, everything I said at the beginning with the 7th chakra energy of this card, and then the co-create card. This is about you having a spiritual journey with this person, whether you're with them or whether you're meeting them, because it is kind of tying up to this co-create energy here. Okay. And this is good. That's a good sign, because it means that you have a profound connection, profound call with somebody, right? If you wouldn't have a superficial or surface level spiritual calling with somebody if that connection with this person wasn't going to be profound. So whoever this person is, whether they're in your life or not, you have a profound connection with them, or you're going to. Okay. Now, the last card we have is Poverty. Now, this could be that for right now, there's a few energies attached to this. One, it could have to do with the bad health, and it could go either way. Your bad health is a result of the poverty, or poverty is just talking about your bad health, one or the other, right? So it could just be, saying that, hey, right now you're not feeling your best. Maybe you're bouncing back from something, or maybe you're in the middle of feeling, crappy. Maybe you got the flu, maybe you got a cold, who knows what. And so it's metaphorically referring to the poverty of your health in this moment. If it's literal, then it could mean it's referring to maybe your work status, your finances. Like maybe finances and work have been a priority for you because you've been strapped or you've been stressed over those things here. If it's having to do with relationships, then maybe you've been putting yourself out there. Maybe you've been looking for hopeful relationship candidates and you haven't met anybody. It's like a relationship drought, which would make sense in the energy of this year, because in numerology, we are in a universal year of 7. And 7 in numerology is like the worst year for relationships, any relationships, doesn't matter. Even if you're married, this is a very difficult energy to be in for relationships, because 7 is all about independence. It's about, introspection. It's about spending alone time. It's about getting away from people. It's in tarot, it's the hermit energy. Spending time in solitude, going within, being by yourself, taking time out to introspect, to do some soul searching, to look over your life, to see where you're at and see how you need to improve your life. A card of self-development, a card of connecting to spirit, and just really like valuing your alone time, like spending alone time, solitude. So this card could have indications in that regard. Lastly, we have expectation. Okay. Now this I feel is definitely tied to relationships. It's like I feel like a lot of you had maybe hopes or some degree of expectation, maybe back towards more like the beginning of the year. Like if you had a difficult 2022, or it was challenging, you're hopeful. You're like, well, 2023 will be my year. We're going to get into 2023. Most people set their New Year's resolutions, their New Year's goals and all of that. And then maybe this year has gone nothing like you thought it would. I know for me, it definitely hasn't gone the way that I thought it would. I know that I had certain expectations about things that I thought would happen or that I would hope would happen, or goals or outcomes that I would hope that I would achieve and reach. And it just didn't work out that way. And I found myself actually spending a lot more time or having to really just suck it up and embrace the fact that, hey, in this seven universal year energy, again, referring to numerology, that I had to really just embrace. It's like, this is really a time for me to see where I need to develop and grow within myself, within my spiritual development, my personal development, looking at my life objectively and honestly and saying, hey, what's been working and what hasn't been working, and what do I need to change and what do I need to spend that time on? When energetically, I didn't want to spend time on me this year. I wanted to spend time on other things, and it's like when you head in a certain direction and you feel like you're facing a lot of resistance, sometimes we have to pay attention to that. Sometimes it's like you want to keep, ramming forward in something that's just not working. Then, we need to pay attention to that. And so, I feel that that's kind of where things are right now. All right. And you're not the only sign who's had something similar out here on the table. Right. But I would say that despite the energy that's on the table, the bad health, the poverty, you do have this new beginning here if you make space for it. We're seeing that for sure. And there's definitely some type of divine call or purpose that you have on your life that could include another person, right? So, that's an indication that for those of you, especially those of you that are single and searching, that there's definitely somebody that could be coming in. All right, so let's take a look at the main energy of your read. We're going to look at past, present, future. We're going to look at your major hurdles, obstacles, and challenges, and we're going to look at the advice. And then I'll pull some other additional cards at the end just to see what other messages Spirit has for you, okay? So for your past energy, we have the Divine Masculine, okay? So this is my... a new deck that I created for myself. I may or may not sell it in the future. I don't know. It's a prototype deck. So it's the Human Innovation Oracle deck. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is because in this deck, I have a Divine Masculine card and I have a Divine Feminine card. Then I have a male card and then I have a female card. And I did it on purpose because masculine and feminine energy can be both male and female. But I wanted a card that would also indicate when a specific male or a specific female was a part of, a reading, so that we would know specifically, a certain gender when we need that to be important, right? Because sometimes we need to know. Sometimes we need to know if there is a man or a woman involved in something specifically, not just masculine or feminine, which could be either way. So in the past, there was a masculine energy The gender, of course, doesn't matter, as I just explained, but we're going to have to look and see how this masculine, this could be you, this could have been somebody else, or somebody coming up. We'll see here. So let's take a look at your present energy. So the card alone isn't saying much. Okay, so now we have the male. So everything that I just said about this deck, right? So this male is, there's no confusion about this card. When the male comes out in this deck, it means a male, a man, someone who has a PP. Okay. So we have a divine masculine energy in the past, and we now have the male in the present. So this could be you, this could be somebody else, but I feel it's tied to the same person. So I feel that whoever this man is in your life, played some role in the past here as well. That they are whoever this divine masculine is. Okay, so let's take a look at what's coming up for you in the future. So somebody in your life who is a man, and if you are a man, a male Cancerian, then it could be another man in your life, or it could be referring to you. Now, if you're a female Cancerian, then obviously this would have to be somebody else in your life, friend, family, lover, whoever here. Okay, but it's somebody who you will know, because it's somebody who's involved in your life in such a way that they're important enough to show up in your reading. Because the cards that are on the table are pulling on the strongest energies. That's how tarot works. You know, tarot doesn't work on, you know, what did you eat for breakfast this morning? Right? That's not a very big deal energy, right? What's important to you are the things that are impacting you in big ways, the strongest energies, the energies that you're most likely thinking of, that are affecting you, that are shaping you, that are guiding you, that are influencing you. Those are the energies. So whoever that is, whoever this person is somebody in your life that you would know. Now, Spirit's making this reading a little bit difficult for me, because in the future position, we actually have the future card. Ha ha ha, joke's on me. So what does that mean? That means that whatever's happening in the near future is one of two things. It's either something you've been waiting for to happen in the future, like you've dreamt or you've manifested a certain or imagined a certain future, whether that's been love, a person, a job, whatever. And this is obviously a love reading, so it's most likely a relationship. That in the near future, the card is saying that future that you've been dreaming of or manifesting is going to come to pass. Now, if it's not that energy, then in the near future, you're going to realize something about your extended future. In other words, in the near future, you're going to have a realization that something in your life, if it's a relationship, a job, or whatever, probably a relationship, maybe a male or a masculine influence in your life, is going to have, and it is going to have some effect in your extended future. Something, you know, maybe even as far off as a year to 5 to 10 years from now. Okay. So whatever happened in your past, is probably still present in your now. That's why I think this divine masculine, this male is here, is whoever this person was. Again, could be a relationship vibe. They're still present in your now, in your present, in the present tense, present time. And this person is obviously going to have effect in the future to come. So you may have somebody in your life that, again, you're either marrying, you're meeting, and you're going to marry them, or somebody who's in your life right now who isn't tied directly to love and relationships, but it's going to have maybe an effect on your love life to some degree. And they're just there, you know, way out in the near future and beyond as well. We'll see. So let's take a look at your hurdle, obstacle, and challenge. Let's get a few more clues. because all of the energy is telling the full story here. So right now it's a little vague. I'm not gonna lie. I've never had those cards come out in those positions. Okay. So the challenge is passion. So this means that if this is somebody who, for my Cancerians who are in a relationship. So let's just say you have been in a current relationship with somebody. You're dating, you've been dating, or you're married, or you're engaged, whatever. The challenge for you and this person has been passion. Now that could mean one of a few things. Either the relationship there's been an over focus on passion, meaning the relationship is predominantly just based around lust, sex, physical attraction, things like that. Or there could be a loss of passion, meaning you guys may have kind of slipped into, roommates with benefits. And there may not be a lot of benefits right now, but roommate status. You come home, you do the same things. It's a very mediocre relationship. It's very predictable. Maybe you guys have lost that passion. Maybe you guys don't really feel like you have a deep connection. You take each other for granted. That kind of thing, right? So, or what I call the law of familiarity was you get familiar with something, you stop valuing it. You stop, acknowledging it in a certain way, treating it a certain way, right? Stop valuing it a certain way. So that could be the challenge here, is that you've lost this passion. You've lost the closeness. You don't really, maybe, when you first started dating, you couldn't keep your hands off each other. Now you barely touch each other. That kind of vibe. So it could go either way here. So let's see what the advice is. And maybe that's because, other things have gotten in the way of the relationship, whether it's health issues, money issues. Maybe there's been an overfocus on work. We had the expectation card at the bottom of the deck a second ago. Maybe there's been a lot of expectations put on each other, or you feel like you put expectations on each other, or maybe life. You feel like life has put a lot of expectations on you. And so maybe the relationship is just struggling right now. And maybe that's where this masculine energy in the past comes from. Maybe it's, instead of being focused on the emotional growth or the emotional connection, it's gotten very masculine. Everything is about doing. Everything is about going for it. It's about work. It's about focus. I don't have time for that. I don't have the time for this. It's about doing and building and creating. And there's not a whole lot of that feminine energy of nurturing, creating connection, nurturing the connection, the emotional connection, and feeling things. Maybe it's just all logic and drive and go. And it's the checklist mentality. Well, I don't have time for that. I have to do. Go from this project to this project, this chore to that chore, this bill to that bill. Life could have been all about all that here in the past, maybe. And then with the male energy here, because I don't have more than one divine masculine card in this deck, maybe it's saying that in the present, it's still kind of in the same place. It's still a very kind of masculine, the relationship is really kind of in a very masculine place right now. All right, so the advice, interestingly enough, is the jackpot card. Now, the jackpot can be literal and it can also be metaphorical. So this could mean that in a literal sense, that the advice is to focus on, your abundance, basically. The advice is like, hey, you may have some things in your life in order to fix whatever's going on. You might need to focus maybe on your finances right now, or you might need to focus on paying bills or saving money, things of that nature. This might be a time to kind of grind, and the relationship might be suffering a little bit as a result of having to grind out, the day-to-day tasks, the jobs, and all these things. And you might be missing out on a little bit of the relationship passion. But as long as you don't allow it to get too bad in the relationship, then maybe the advice right now is to focus on your finances or your physical abundance. Now, physical abundance doesn't always have to be money. The advice can also be focus on your spiritual abundance, your mental, emotional, like maybe having fun, like if you had to describe an abundant emotion, like what would it feel like to hit the jackpot, so to speak? Like would it be feeling like a kid again at Christmas time? Would it be elation, joy, ecstasy, bliss, laughter? Like what would be the emotion attached to, hitting the jackpot on an emotional level, right? And then do the things that would make you feel that emotion. So that could be part of the advice here. Now, in a metaphorical sense, as I described, focusing on the emotions, things like that, but it could also mean having gratitude, appreciation, focusing on the fact that you've been very blessed, that you have the jackpot. Instead of always thinking in this poverty mentality, reframe your brain, retrain your brain into thinking, no, I'm blessed. I've hit the jackpot. I have the man or the woman of my dreams. I've got, I'm not homeless. May not have a bunch of money, but we have food on the table. I've got clothes. It's like, once we get out of the more mentality that comes with culture oftentimes, and we're just thankful for what we have. And, we focus on the energy and our ability as creators to create abundance through the law of attraction, through manifestation, then we can experience the abundance now. And that's very, I'm not saying it's easy to do, but I'm saying that it can be done. It's possible to experience abundance now. It's very possible to imagine what it would be like to have that abundance now in your life, even if there's no evidence of it yet. In fact, that's how the law of attraction works. You act as if, and you feel as if a certain thing or situation is happening right now. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have family. So something to do with family here could be involved. Family could be important to you. Family could be involved in all of this. The masculine energy could be somebody in your family. I mentioned that. The passion in the hurdle, obstacle, and challenge position, that could be related to maybe you wanting to have children. Maybe you guys have had a hard time, for some of you, getting pregnant, and that's been one of the issues here. It's not really saying that passion necessarily is the problem, but maybe you guys have been trying to have, conceive a child through passion, or basically sex, right? You've been trying to have a baby and it hasn't happened because you've been wanting to start a family, and that's been a problem here. And then the jackpot energy is the advice if you're trying to start a family, is really, for me, it's like the 10 of cups or the 10 of pentacles in tarot. It's like basically saying you're going to hit the jackpot. You're going to get what you want. It's also saying that for some of you, you may need to potentially be open to other methods of conceiving a child, maybe, and that might be the jackpot. That might be, hitting the bullseye. So like if, for example, you try in vitro, or I don't know what all the techniques are out there for a child, but you may need to look into another way of conceiving a child to start a family with that jackpot energy. Okay. And for some of you, if you have a wealthy family, or you come from a family that's got some degree of money and you're struggling financially, then the advice here is maybe to ask your family for some financial help, saying, hey, it's really rough times right now. Is there any way that, you could loan us some money? We'll pay you back. but things are tight right now. Things are kind of tough right now. So that could be related to the jackpot energy there. Okay. So let's take a look and let's look at this a little bit more here. I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards here for some general energy as well for my Cancers. And this may help us understand some of the energy that's came out on the table here. Now, for some of you, this just came to me as well. I feel like for some of you, this is more for, I think, singles. It could be for some of you that are in a relationship. I guess it could go for both. I shouldn't have said that. It could apply to both. For some of you, I feel like there was a divine masculine in your past. So think of like the emperor type of energy in tarot. There was somebody that you saw is very attractive, very mature, they had their ish together. They had all the things. And maybe you've had some interaction with them in the past. Maybe you've had some interaction with them here in the present energy. You know, it's like, you know who this person is. They may not be entirely out of your life, but there's somebody who's been in your life, right? And the future here, you either see a future or you saw a future all the way back here in the past. You either knew you were going to have a future with them, or even way back here in the past, they stuck with you all the way through the present, something of that nature. And now you're like, man, you know, back then I wasn't really thinking about relationships, wasn't thinking about this, but now I feel like I do feel like there's a future here with this person. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, a lot of the challenges you've had have always been surface level. It's always been, well, the people I attract, they just want to have sex. They just want to be on a superficial level. They want to hang out, they want to hook up, but nobody wants a long-term commitment. Whereas this person you saw a future with. And the advice here is basically saying, yeah, this person, metaphorically speaking, a play on words, this person is the jackpot. You would be hitting the jackpot if you chose this person, okay? I just wanted to mention that because it just came to me. Sometimes that happens. All right, so let's get some additional energy here. Pretty sure just a second ago I saw like a little orb thing fly right behind me. I don't know. I'll have to look on the video. It's not the first time that's happened. It's always kind of cool when it does. Okay, it gave me 4. And I'm going to take them. Okay, so the first card out we have is the Queen of Swords. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Male or female doesn't matter. So you could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or you could have that in your chart. The next card we have out is a Page of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. That could be somebody else, or you could have that in your chart. So anyway, basically everything that I'm saying could be somebody else, or it could be you. Roles can be reversed, blah, blah, blah. Just keep that in mind. Take it as it resonates. We have the Ace of Pentacles is the next energy. And then the fourth card, the final energy, is the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So somebody either in your life, somebody coming into your life, or you, the 3 possibilities here, is they want to speak their truth. Okay, so this is somebody who either wants to speak their truth, communicate very clearly. This is somebody who's very logical as well. They think very practically, very logically. They say what they mean what they say, and they don't beat around the bush. So somebody who wants to speak the truth to you. This could also be somebody, depending on where you're at with them in a relationship. The Queen of Swords rather, is somebody who's not afraid to get real with you. Like you rub her the wrong way, she has no problem telling you to F off. Like she will draw a strong boundary with you. Somebody who's no problem getting verbally combative with you if need be. So again, take that as it resonates. But I feel that this person wants to come in. They want to have a a serious conversation with you. The Page of Pentacles is you either receiving a gift, an offer. This is somebody who could be apologizing, or they could just be bringing you something, and that could be something tangible, literally bringing you something, or it just means it's them coming in, wanting to talk in a practical way. But pages are usually small, so it's not going to be. It's probably not going to it's not going to come in like this big old thing. It's probably just going to be more of like a smaller practical message. But pages are usually, they can be apologies. So this could be an apology, or somebody actually expressing their thoughts and their thoughts to you, their thoughts and feelings. Now, the Queen of Swords isn't as emotional as like the Queen of Cups, obviously, but they're still expressing it to you. They're just doing it in a very logical and practical way. And I do feel like this is somebody who wants to come in, or you, either one, right? Somebody either bringing you an offer, or you're wanting to give somebody an offer. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is basically the same thing in this instance as the Page of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a solid, stable, new beginning, a new offer, or a new opportunity, right? It's tangible. Pentacles are tangible, but it's solid, it's secure, it's stable, you can count on it. As is the Page of Pentacles. The page brings the pentacle to you. So it's somebody who brings that one pentacle to you and wants, to establish something stable and secure, something reliable. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is basically wanting to collaborate and talk about it. It's an exchange of ideas, multiple ideas, from seeing it from multiple different views, from multiple different perspectives. And there could be multiple people involved. Could be, whether it's literal or metaphorical, so like if you're having a conversation to somebody, the third person may not be involved in the conversation. And I'm not saying you're gossiping per se, but it could be like that. Like you're talking to each other, but you could be talking about somebody else that's not there. Okay. Or it could literally be somebody else. That's why the Three of Pentacles is often a card of therapy, mentorship, being taught something, or learning from somebody else, which is essentially mentorship, right? But whoever this is, or whether it's you or somebody else, somebody wants to come in, they want to have a serious conversation with you. They want to offer you something solid and stable, and they want to have a discussion about it. It's a serious talk. Three of Pentacles is serious enough. It's a serious collaboration. It's pentacles. It's something solid here. It's not wishy-washy at all. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, ironically, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is fast. This is fast incoming conversation. This could be somebody who thinks very quickly. They may overthink, but they could be very focused. They could be, they could even be hyper focused. There's somebody who's very ambitious. They know what they want and they go for it. And this is also, the Knight of Swords is somebody who's known as somebody who comes in quickly and they can leave quickly, but this seems like an arrival of something. So this could be a fast communication, or the fast arrival of something, or somebody who's just, who thinks very quickly, like their brain is constantly going and going and going. Okay. So take that as it resonates. Okay. So let's get some final messages here. About what's coming up for you guys. Some closing messages here. And again, I feel like this would obviously be, for those of you that I've made mention of, when I was making mention of this too, this could be this person that you're seeing this future with. It could finally be time where those feelings and emotions are being expressed. Okay, so the first card that we had out is Wedding, which I'm not surprised to see, because at the bottom of the one deck we saw Family, right? So again, this could be somebody that if you're with them, you're talking marriage. If you're single, you meet them, and somehow that you're going to marry this person, or maybe the next person that comes into your life is the person that you end up marrying. try to get 2 more cards here for you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to shuffle over here because I get OCD and I mess up all the cards on the table. All right, let's see the one that hit the ground here. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So yeah, for some of you, like I said, this is somebody who's coming in quickly with that Knight of Swords energy. Again, could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. And you're going to know with that wedding energy, that wedding card. You're going to know you're going to know when you meet them, you're going to know that you want to marry them. And I think that, again, for those of you that are already in a relationship, then I feel like you probably already know that it's possible that you could be marrying this person that you're with. All right. The last card we have is finances and career. And I mentioned that at the beginning of the reading with the poverty card and the bad health card. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And this card has come out for a lot of people because of the economy, inflation, everything going on right now. And then we're getting closer to the holidays too. So, you know, it's just, you know, people are starting to feel that, I think. And so I think that the finances and career stuff is starting to finally really hit people. And then we're coming out of summer. A lot of people were probably like going on vacation and all that stuff. And we're probably like, F it, you know what I mean? Like, let's just go on vacation. We only get to go like take a major vacation once a year. And so maybe, you know, people splurged a little bit on that. And now on the backside of it, it's like, now we have to pay back, you know, the money that we spent on these vacations. And so now we're a little bit more strapped or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. At the bottom of the deck, we have unrequited love. So for some of you, you know, there's people that maybe have been in your life that were more focused on other things. And maybe that was money, finances, and career. Maybe, you know, third parties or whatever. But there's for obviously not everybody is going to resonate with this. For a lot of you, you've had your relationships haven't been on an equal playing field. You know, you've met people or you've been in a relationship with people where you just didn't share the same values. You didn't share the same love languages. You didn't share the same equal give and take, the same level of reciprocity, the same level of seriousness or commitment. Okay. So for some of you, you've experienced this unrequited love. And let me grab the other deck here and just get some final closeout messages here for you guys. These cards get a little slippery and like to stick. And I just want to make note too, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, the October reading, your October reading is still listed. So you can go back and you can watch that, and that may have other information for you that does resonate with you. And that's good until November. So if this reading doesn't resonate for you, go back to my channel and go take a listen to your October reading. This is the bonus reading. So you can go back and you can listen to that one and see if there's something there for you. So the first card that came out is Honor. Honor your loved one, and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. So yeah, this is that the passion card that was in the hurdle, obstacle, and challenge position. This is how you get that passion to come back. It's through honor, respect, and appreciation. You know, you start prioritizing each other again, prioritizing the relationship, prioritizing passion. Money comes and goes. Bills come and go. You know, stress comes and goes. All those things come and go. You only have, you know, the two most valuable resources we have that we can't reproduce are time and energy. You don't know how much time you have left on this planet. how much time you have with your loved ones. You could be gone tomorrow. They could be gone tomorrow. You never take your loved ones for granted. Okay, finally. It's making me shuffle forever. All right, so, and look, the next card we have, you can't make this up, respect. Respect your relationships. So we have honor and we have respect and openness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationship. Yeah. Some of you guys need to get back into a spiritual practice. You need to, pray, meditate, find a spiritual group of people to be around. Or for some of you, if that's, going back to church or whatever your thing is, that could be helpful for your relationship. But praying and asking your guides, asking God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, to help you, to give you answers, to bring resources, praying for your partner, believe it or not, or just meditating and sending love and light to your partner, sending appreciation, sending gratitude to your partner. All of those things are forms of prayer, and that's you sending love to them, because love is an energy. Of course we want it to display that in real time, but we can also send it to them through those other ways too, and it's just as powerful. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have rejoice. Embrace your loving connection and rejoice. And to me, this is just really about having gratitude, really appreciating your partner and having gratitude and just being thankful for their presence in your life, even during hard times, which can be difficult because we're all going to go through it. Every relationship's going to go through some trial, even if it's not between you and your person per se. You can have external trials that are causing relationship burdens, right? Like career and finances and things like that. But you don't have to allow it to affect you. And another thing that you guys can do really quick, I actually do tarot on the side, but I'm actually a certified relationship coach and expert. And I just released my book at the beginning of this year. You can go purchase it. There's a link in the description for that. It's called Better Than Before, Relationship Revolution. You can purchase it on Amazon. I don't have the audiobook version yet, but you can get Kindle, hardcover, softcover, and that's available on Amazon. There's a link for that in the description. So I teach you everything you need to know. Literally everything you need to know is in that book. Okay. And I don't say that for self-promotion. Okay. I say it for those who truly need help, because I needed that 10 years ago when my ex-wife left me and I didn't know what I know now. So I wish I would have had the book that I wrote is what I wish I would have had for myself. Because it could have saved my marriage. Okay. So I just want you guys to have the tools that you need if you need that tool. Okay. So Cancer, that's what I have for you. You guys hang in there, and this was a tough energy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel a little bit of heaviness in this energy. Like you guys are trying to, I feel like a great deal of you are kind of roughing it out right now. I know a lot of signs are, but this one, I definitely felt that energy. So just hang in there, maybe check the status of the Pluto retrograde or the Pluto return or whatever they're calling it. Maybe do some research on that and see how that might be affecting you. I also did one other thing I wanted to say. I did a 10/10 portal reading, which is good out till the end of the year, because that energy is going to be affecting us throughout the rest of the year. You can check that video out. That isn't just about love. That was just about any kind of messages I was getting. So there's a lot of stuff in that reading you might want to check out there as well. So that's what I have for you, my Cancerians. I greatly appreciate all of you. If you haven't already, please click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. Show me some love and appreciation. It's absolutely free for you to do so. Hit the bell notification icon. Come join me for a free live tarot reading. And I will see you guys soon on the next one. And as always, my friends, love and light.